Hajime maste boku wa jiri desu everyone out there in YouTube land. I'm just testing a few things real quick. I want to see, it's broadcasting. Let me turn it on. Hajime maste boku wa jiri desu everyone out there in YouTube land. I sound so weird in my own ear. Just testing a few things real quick. Alright, if I mute. Broadcasting. Let me turn it on. Hajime maste boku wa jiri desu everyone out there in YouTube land. I sound so weird in my own ear. Testing a few things real quick. Alright, if I mute. Bah. Okay. Oh, not yet. Okay, mute worked. Mute. Mute worked. Yeah, I don't want the sandbox mode. Thank you. Mute worked. See if I can try to pull up my chat. Why not? I mean, no one's gonna watch. Can I pop out? I should be able to pop out. Yeah. Can pop out. Don't need it out, but it can be out if I need it. No, fuck me, that crashed. Yeah, that crashed. Gonna relaunch my game then. Probably doing so many different things. I need to close something. Unless it's going to crash. No, well, let's find out. We'll find out why it's crashing. Isn't that fantastical? Fantastical. Okay, it did load. And, where's my text? There they are. Very good. Very good. Sending it to myself. Because I'm going to share it with my small group. Alright. Now, I'm going to be completely honest with anyone watching. Guess I'll leave the chat up. If I mute for a long period of time, it's because I'll need to. I get phone calls, and the phone calls happen on my computer. In fact, I might have to... Here, let me move this. Move this stuff off of the screen so that when I answer a call, you won't see phone numbers and stuff. It'd be brilliant. Trying to figure out what the delay is. I have the stream muted so you guys don't hear it. Oh yeah, and what I was going to say is typically I'm watching something in the background to have a background noise. But welcome to my tiny world. Tiny world. Apparently I have to relaunch where it doesn't have... Well, I've been told by everyone and their mother you have to have some type of mods just to be able to tolerate the game or something. But this one has pretty much taught me, hey, you have to build without the mods in mind. Like if you want, I'm not even sure, do I have achievements? I don't think so. Got access to the Google machine, hold on. Does happiness stack? I think that's the last thing I looked at. Yeah. Oh, well, that makes sense. I just realized that I have it restricted, the stream restricted to just the game. So yeah, anything I pop over. Yeah, I had it on the monitor before for something. Yeah, so yeah, I didn't have to move all the other stuff. You wouldn't have seen it anyway, I just have to mute. Let's see. I mean, there are achievements. Oh yeah, yeah, because I have 68% unlocked. Oh. So yeah. First one was unlocked in 2017. Oh, it's not in order. Alright, so I have a few to unlock, and that'll be my next go. Unlocking stuff. Alright, I can close that. So, welcome to my village. This is my build style, where I like to flatten out the first area, but, you know, in the beginning, it's not easy to do. And right here were the 3 houses you start with. I deleted those finally. Put a hostel in there. But this is the original storage and barn. A building is on fire. Oh, that building's on fire. And then of course, you know, the first thing was a school, and then I had pushed out so that I could make things up here, and it's a little different. Actually, it's a lot. It's a lot different than it was. There used to be a ramp straight in and all this stuff. But I, you know, had to change it up. To flatten it, I had to destroy whatever was here. And then, I raised a majority of this to level it out. But it's all kind of planed. And then you'll see, over here, we've got the new ramp. And then back here, the new ramp that goes behind the village. One ramp that comes into the village. And then, of course, the obligatory external ramp that goes to the other side of the village. And then this one's going away, but it's there for right now, because food. And then the external ramp goes to the same spot. Over here, the tavern is hidden. And there, apparently they have access to everything they need. Oh yeah, and I only have like 6 farms, or 6 fish. 6 fish. 6 fish. I don't like calling it a fish farm. Huge cow farm, because I like milk. I was having trouble with milk, because I had these cows. And I had these cows. Not enough milk. I couldn't make pies. That's why the chickens are here too, for all the eggs. So I just built the largest one you could build, which is 42 by 42. It doesn't matter what I click and pick any of them. Oh, but it has to be a cow farm. Fields can't be that big. Yeah, 42 by 42. Alright, so that's the, it had been so long that I didn't remember how big anything had to be for a single worker. And honestly, in the beginning, a single worker farm appears to be fine. But I've been playing around with these farms, and they're 2 workers, and they're slightly bigger, like by 1 instead of 11 by 17. I think I made them 10 by what? No, 13 by 17. No, 16 by 13. There we go. 2 people work it, and it's pause. It's late summer. Well, it's summer, not late summer. It's summer, and that potato field has been harvested. He's replanting. And it's normal growing. So I'm going to get 2 potato fields out of that one. And of course the oats are halfway through being harvested. So I think in a year I get 3 harvests, because it's fast growing. So by the time they've harvested potatoes, you're already done with, or by the time they start harvesting potatoes, you're already done with your oat grow. Now keep in mind that I don't know what you call it, the tech tree's been maxed out. Yeah, the keep. I've maxed out the keep. And also keep in mind that I did that by year 156. I did it by 140, I think, because I used the mod that gives you not people, they're natural. There we go. Limited resource stockpile. So I didn't have to produce tools. I did. I had a production for tools and clothes. I was over 100 when I used that because the chickens kept starving, and you kill all the chickens, and then you just grow all potatoes, and you're not starving, and you have an excess. Like I had 20,000 vegetables at the end of any harvest, and then just make chickens. You know, you gotta have chickens for eggs for pies, and or it's just annoying because one farm won't support the chickens. And, you know, they starve to death, and then I couldn't produce or gather enough of anything else to sell in a market to buy oats, at least not enough that would keep them alive. So it was frustrating. So I popped down this guy so that I could figure out the best layout. And what I've come to, which in the community I won't see this everywhere. It's always they'll give me dimensions, you know, 11 by 17 for one farmer, and blah 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 blah. You know, routing, and then you know have your frickin' donkeys, and mules, and cows, and blah. They just everyone talks about the best way, the best way. Like I tell my friends, the best way is pretty much like everyone eats eggs a different way. Hold on, I'm replying to a text. Okay. Everyone eats eggs, right? Uh, some people can eat any egg any way you cook it. Some people want an egg done X and Y. Some other people want it only cooked X. And it's the best way. It's the best way. It's not true. And it's not a lie. You know, because me and Dave, we might both like scrambled eggs with cheese. It's the best way. But, you know, someone's lactose intolerant and they only like poached eggs. Anything else to them tastes like, you know, grass, dirt. There's no best way for general practice. What I want to do in this video, well, yeah, I'm going to make it a solid stream. Why not? I'll start a new village. It's going to be boring. But what I want to do is build this out to where I can feed chickens in the beginning until I get cows. And I want to be able to collect enough resources to be able to fully upgrade the keep. I want to be able to build tools, which all of this was here. All of this was here before I pulled in the limited resources stockpile. Just everyone started starving. You've got to have, so you start out, and I don't know what the limit is, but you don't get raiders until you pass 20 villagers. You can Google it if you're interested. But the other part of that is you have to have a way to get rid of dead bodies, and that's going to be Because it's all connected, I promise. It's going to be a pyre or a crypt. Now the reason is because people would starve. And because I'll play this AFK. I'll launch the game, I'll go to bed, or I'll do XYZ. I'll launch the game in the background and work on the other computer, something. So this game is an easy AFK game. And it's paused right now just because I want the sunlight. If there is a mod for that, I would love it, but I need achievements, so I'm not going to use mods at all. But AFK, I come back and it's like, you see I have 256. I had 118, 117, something like that. Living people. They were mostly adults. They were past children and teenagers. They were all working. And I had an excess. I don't AFK if this number of workers is 0. So right now I have 58 unemployed workers. Awesome. That's like beyond awesome. Now, the problem... No, I'm doing other stuff. Okay. The problem is that I had, I don't know, I think 13 unemployed workers. It says people. And I was like, cool, I'm going to crash. I think I went to bed. I said, I'm going to crash, look at this game in the morning. You know, I get up and, like, I'm missing not all the farmers. I'm missing some farmers. And, like, this was 0, of course. Or it was maybe, I don't know, 5. It was low. But throughout everything else, oh, I didn't have the tavern. But I had most of everything else, no tavern. Throughout everything else, there were people missing. You know, which when you're missing someone from a field, you're not getting resources from that field. If there's not someone to feed the chickens are going to just starve to death. Things like that. And like, what the hell? You know, I've still got, you know, unemployed workers. How did they die? Because if someone working a field dies and you have someone available as unemployed, that's what the 58 is. Right here. That means, all right, Dave died, so Janice comes in and takes over for Dave. And then that number goes down. Your 58 goes to 57. Automatically replaced. So it didn't make sense. However, if someone becomes an adult, and let's say you only have 10 hunters, someone becomes an adult, you still only have 10 hunters. So, you know, now you have 60 people. So what happened, my assumption, because I didn't record it or play it back or any of that stuff, is that somewhere 2 people died. I had people in stone mines, so they could have died, well, in mines, so they could have died at the mine. Or an old person just died of old age, and someone died in the mine. Or 2 old people died of old age for no reason, you know, for being old. Doesn't matter. So those 2 people died, those 3 people died, however many bodies you need, where it starts a plague. Or they caught rabies. You know, any disease, anything. And they were in the hospital. Now, if a farmer or a herdsman goes to a hospital, you're not collecting that resource. I've watched that no one takes over, even if you have an excess. I've even like zeroed the farm and then put it back to, in this case, 46. It wasn't that high when this happened. And someone in the hospital is still in the hospital as a farmer. So that's fucking annoying. So even if you're watching it, You can't. You can over assign, and that might do it. I didn't play with it. Don't think I had enough people. So the assumption is basically someone got sick and died, caused a plague. That's the assumption. And they went to the hospital, didn't collect food. Now, if you got chickens and you have one crop for oats, which I have more than that now, but if you have one crop for oats and the farmer on that goes there and it doesn't harvest that year, and then your chickens starve to death, now you have no food. No eggs and meat from the chickens. So that goes away. And you're missing a crop. And then when the next season comes, they'll collect the crop and they'll fill it up. They'll fill up your barn with it because no one's using it. And then you're missing a farm because it's, filling up this thing. And then it takes them longer to get over here to drop stuff off. So you start collecting less. And then it's a chain. It's just a whole friggin' chain. And then people start starving to death. God forbid if it's a clothing crop, then they can't make clothes, and you have people freezing to death. Or it's not any single thing. It's any one thing, like a kilner, dies or is in the hospital. He can't make firewood, so there's no firewood for the winter, or there's no charcoal. There's no charcoal for the winter, and the house is frozen, and then everyone in the house dies. Same thing with the sawmill. He can't make firewood. He's not there. He can't make it. Fish. You can't collect fish if the guy's not. Any individual job, without it, you're going to lose people. Maybe not at the same rate, but, there's nothing more frustrating than coming in, at 6 a.m. and checking your game and finding half your people are alive. It's awesome. Alright, so, what was my measurement there? I'm going to double check this, because I like 2 people farms. I'm weird like that. And then we're going to start a new game. I don't really care. I didn't measure the cattle or anything because it was just a guess. 16 by 13. I mean, these aren't the biggest chicken farms I could do. 3 people might be too many, though. Let me jot this down. If I can find everything. Everything in the known universe. There we go. Alright, so it's 16 by 13 or inverted. That's for farm. What about chickens? What about chickens? 22 by 26 is too big. So yeah, I don't want 3 folks working a chicken coop. 2 would be fine. And I'm 99% sure I tried to Google this. It had all the information you could want on chickens and chicken farms. But there wasn't a resource for the size of a chicken farm. Or maybe that was cows. I don't know. We'll figure it out. And this is just a huge chicken farm with 5 people. Because I was frustrated. That was a frustrated farm because they weren't making enough damn pies. Oh, it's a fish pie. So vegetable pie, you have to have eggs. Alright, so we're just going to take this slow. Start a new game right here live on stream. Well, live if you're watching, which I don't think anyone is at the moment. Because all of my friends are assholes. And I'm doing this out of boredom. No one knows I'm streaming. I didn't plan this. Alright. They're online. I don't want to talk to them there. Get them on my mic, and then it's not language, it's just noisy backgrounds. Okay. So I can keep this save. And we're going to do a new game. I don't need to save. Like, my progress. I didn't do anything. Alright, so. Village McNamon. I'm going to name it. I don't know. What do we call it? Well, I think I did not. I didn't. We'll just do Hakata. Okay. And random map. You can only do random map. That was never updated, which is sad, but it is what it is. That's a huge landmass. That's a lot less flattening, or yeah, flattening basically, that I'd have to do. Map size. We'll keep it small. I mean, why not? What do we got? Small, normal, large. You know what? Gonna see how much it attacks my system. I'm only at 23% right now with everything going that's going. Okay, relief. Oh, it did that thing. I didn't know it would change. Plains. Plains works. I hate mountains. Climate, mild or harsh. I'm saying mild. Now I've got to change it up to find a map I like again. That'll work. Start with houses, disasters. Start without houses. Okay. I'm tempted. I'm tempted to do it without houses. I mean, without disasters. Yeah, without houses. I've done that once on accident. It's a nightmare without mods. Literally can't build fast enough. You got to be a master. I appreciate you guys that did that. I know this is an old game too. You will lose all progress. I don't care. If y'all did that, you know what, 5 years ago, 4 years ago, however long years ago, that's awesome. I might be too old to care anymore. Maybe I just can't put up with it. Oh, and I freed up resources. I turned off recording. Apparently I had recording on. Pause right away. Get my bearings. Okay, so this is the ocean. I'm facing west. Alright, so I'll face east. Yeah. Because on the bigger maps, when it says, you know, raiders landed on the island and you click the icon to go over there, you know, you want to know where to go back to. Alright, so I'm right there. So we have a total of 10 people and no mods. We're on Hakata Bay. This is in Tenjin, Fukuoka. And I actually lived there before there was an island in the middle of Hakata Bay. Hakata Bay was just a bay. It wasn't the Bay Island. I saw them build that friggin' thing. It took them forever. It wasn't even finished. How long? I was there 7 years and it wasn't finished in that time. I've been back since and it's been finished. I've been on it. It's nothing to brag about. It's not a huge island, but it's nice. I guess they want to waste money on that. Alright, so of course I can't start landscaping yet, but I got plenty of flat land that I can work with. What do we got? We got some oats. Not that I'm starting chickens on day one. We have 100 fruit and 700 fish. We didn't bring veg with us. We brought bread, no veg. Bread is, in case you haven't played before, Everything has a calorie count. Uh, the K is what I'm going to assume is 1,000. If I'm wrong, feel free to correct me, and I'll read it in 6 to 10 months. Uh, but a veg is 7. Well, they're really close, but I mean, fish. You're going to bring fish, and you're on an island with fish. Why not bring veg? Because their happiness is based on their diet, not solely, but diet can affect happiness. If you don't have variety, blah, blah, blah. I'll talk about random stuff like that. So we're going to act like you're either restarting or starting this game for the first time. And that's why I'm going to, kind of occasionally explain stuff like that. You start the game, get your bearings, and then this guy, you see the right there, it pops up. The villager does not have a home. Now that's sad, but if they die, you're down to 9 instead of 10. And they're not here to take care of. You have 2 babies and two teenagers. Teenagers don't work, so you have 6 adults. This is one of those 6. Alright, so, of course, no job. Oh, one thing I always got to do is turn this crap on. Oh, not that. I need to turn this crap on. I'll keep that up there. This tells me who's working, who's not, what jobs we got going on, who's where. Go away. Alright, so we either need to add a room to a house, which you can upgrade. Upgrade a house. It costs this. 30 wood, 10 stone, 10 hay. Now, while you're upgrading, there is literally nowhere for them to live. So there's 3 people in that house right now. You'll see, well, right here, three people, but 3 people. So you'll have 4 homeless people if you upgrade. Now, if you build a new house, you can upgrade it before people move in. Or you can build a new house and then upgrade this one, anything. But I know that I'm going to get rid of these houses. They won't stick around. And because of that, I'm going to go ahead and build a new house. I'm a top-down guy, so I'm going to build it like this. Dirt roads are free, and I don't care if they build them. So line that out. This gives me a reference. Well, that's not ideal. That's not lined up, is it? They're not lined up with each. Oh, no, yeah, they got that one. Okay. Yeah, I guess it's lined up enough. Baba Booey. Alright, so we got that. Water wells, that's another thing. That's poorly placed in my opinion, but we'll fix all that stuff. You'll get to hear about it over the series of my video that's not promised to ever come out again. Water is used, you'll see it's 0 of 100, which once I actually let the game run, that should fill to 100 of 100. If there's a house fire from anything, which is typically a lightning strike or raiders visiting, they will put the fire out with anyone available. Now, if it's a big fire or there's multiple places on fire, like right now, typically they could put it out fairly easily. But you can run out of water. Let's say you're feeding chickens, you're feeding crops, and you have a fire. You can run out of water. You'll need, I would put wells pretty much, I would plan for wells. The closer well is to a farm, the better off you are. The closer wells are to buildings, any buildings, the better off you are. If each building has hit points, which you can see when you build it, I don't see it there. I'll show you when I'm building a house. But if those hit points reach 0, you have a, demolished house that you have to tear down, or demolished building that you have to tear down and rebuild if you want the building back. So the more water you have, the better. Now, besides that needing to be moved, the deer of the jungle. Alright, we're going to bring this down there. The other thing to keep in mind, and that's backwards too, isn't it? Yep. Those should face, well, my opinion, I like them facing each other. So this is the part where you can't, you go in, you can take this guy over and pick this up if you want. But this is your barn. This is where stuff is stored. So, if you want easy access to the stuff inside for the people living in houses, you want to build it close. Now the trick is that you need farmers need access to a barn too. So the further they have to travel, of course, the less resources you gather. Remember, it's all ABC balance, Halo Wars, whatever you want to refer it to. It's easy storage, easy access to storage, who starves, it's blah, 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 blah. Some stuff you will learn just by playing. Okay, that's not really making sense, but if you've played, you will understand. So, tree. You want to find your door. There's your door right there. All right. And you'll kind of learn this stuff. And it doesn't transfer game to game. The game I was just in, when I opened a house, that door was automatically facing the direction I would have wanted it in this game. Okay. So, if I build it right here, it's going to superimpose the road. That road, the brown one I laid right beside the thing. Now I can superimpose that road. Hold on. This right here is okay. That's fine. They'll have access to this main road. This corner we don't need. And they cut corners anyway. You'll see them do the weirdest things if you've ever played this game. Alright, so we've laid some road. Hopefully they start building the house first. We're going to encourage that. Where is it? It's one of these things right there. Nope. There we go. Increased priority. Oh yeah, I didn't look at the hit points of the house. There you go. Where's it at? There we go. Does it say it in the tooltip? No, it doesn't. Okay. Bottom middle of the screen, you'll see it says house, and then below that smaller print. Large size living space. People do things. High pregnancy chance. Capacity 10. So that alone, without a bedroom upgrade, will double our population. Well, when they start having babies. Happiness plus 20. Awesome. Strength. That's the hit points of the house. Strength 540. Upgrades, I think, add strength. If you look at what they live in now, a shack, strength is only 75. Oh wow, that's a glitch. And in Russian? That's weird. I've never noticed that before, but Happiness 0. It doesn't add happiness. Worker count. See, now that would be interesting if it told us, you know, worker count 1. Although it's on the, if you look at the shack description, that's how many people it takes. 1. Let's see if that's over here too. Nope. Nope. I've never seen it pop up before, so it's only on the shacks. So upgrading, does it tell you that? Let's see. Yeah. Hey, upgrading will make it a 5 happiness joint, and strength will go to 90 instead of 75, which is fantastical. All right. So we need 2 people to build. Yep, they're on it. All right, now they're going to start doing roads, but first, I think, if I'm right, everybody that's not working, 4 in this case, is going to bring materials. And that's why I'm not building a farm right off also. Although I do believe my first farm's going to go right here, so that if you live in the house, you can work the farm, grab the water, work the farm, drop off the food, eat, be warm, work the farm, grab the water. It's going to be a triangle of things. Maybe I overthink it, maybe I don't. I hate the position of that well too. Anyway. Okay. So, am I going to click the spacebar? Yeah, I'm going to click the spacebar. We're going to see if they all start working. And we're at 1 speed. Oh, pause again before we do all that. We're going to save new game. Maybe I can't save it. Oh, it's saving. Okay. Fantastical. Why is it taking so long to save? Okay. 1, 2, 3. Oh, 4. 4 people are grabbing resources. 5. Looks like 5 people are grabbing resources, and 1 person decided to start working on the road. And these should be teenagers. He's 3. Go away. Everyone's working on the road? Well, the roads may have been a mistake. As long as, well, she's happy and educated. The book means, yeah, it pop up. Mood's happy. Happy educated, happy educated. Okay, so everyone's educated right now. Education, of course, makes you work faster. Everything will either help you or hurt you. Educated means you work faster. Having a tool means you, these guys up here, means you work faster. Having clothing just means you die slower from the cold. Having food means you die slower from not eating. None of them prevent death. You can, you know, everyone. Alright, so right now only 2 maybe? Let's try this. Moved everyone to building. No, well, now it's just down to that. Now they're just going to build. Yep, 2 people building. Alright, that's what we were worried about. It didn't take a lot to build a house, so. So we're going to let them build that house. And we know we're going to build a farm. Since we're going to do that, I'm going to go ahead and pop a farm in. Because farms are awesome. Oh. I'm going to go ahead and extend it. Now, a fish farm is cheaper to build. Maybe I should. Yeah, no, I want to start from this side. No, don't. No, I don't. Okay, I want to do basically 13 by 13 plus 3 on one side. I want to see what looks better because aesthetically. So it's going to be 16 by 13 again? I guess so. Hey, it lets me do it. It's almost in the water. I think they level that out. I don't want to block that road though, so we're going to do it here. Because one thing, travel is important. 16 by 30. Oh. Well, I can do 16 by 12. 11 by 17. I don't know if that math works out. Let's try 13 by 16. There we go. Just reverse it. Lets us do it right here. This puts 2 people on the farm. Yep. Okay. Then we're going to do that too. We'll add 2 more people for construction. Then we'll worry about a fish farm if it happens. We're at +5 speed. Alright, so that came up. Immediately 4 people moved in. They like this house better. 2, 2, and 2. How do I have 2, 2, and 2? Child builder, teenager, teenager. Oh yeah, that's safe. 2 same-sex teenagers in the same, or 2, whatever. You know what I mean. Hell, two teenagers, period. Doesn't matter if they're same sex or not. That's safe. Who moved in here? Okay, all adults. All adults with one male. So that's awesome. It doesn't matter. All right, so we can take off 2 more of those. Oh well, that went to question mark. Are they building roads? I guess they're building roads. We're gonna do that just to. I mean, they don't need 4 people to build. Apparently, they decided that they would work on roads instead. And if you're commenting or chatting, here, let me pull up my stream again. I had it down for Google. Because I don't know. Nope, no one watching. I don't see any chats. I'll keep it up though. I'll pop the chat out. Can I'm going to try something while they're building. Okay, there, pause it. I'm going to see, can I close this and do it? Yes, okay. I close the tab. I'm just worried about memory and resources and all that, but I'm at 27%, so that's okay. And y'all might have heard my phone popping, so I'm going to look at that. See who's texting. Ba 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 ba. Okay. All right. Sorry about that. Alright, so toggle those guys off. We need 2 people. Yep, it's a 2-person farm. We need 2 people, right? Farming. Add, oh, not 0. Add 2 people. And then, of course, potato initially. Now, flax is for clothing, grass is for hay, cows, sheep. Oats is for chickens, which we have some oats. Wheat is for flour and brewing. We have 300, which I'm not doing chickens yet. We're gonna do that later. Since they like building roads instead of actually working, we're gonna let them build some more roads. And in case it isn't obvious, we can do 1 square. We're gonna let that 1 square live. In case it isn't obvious, on a road you walk faster. I will be doing stone roads eventually. It's just right now I'm low on cash and I don't want to buy those. But you walk faster. Dirt road, you get minor speed increase, and paved road, called stone, major speed increase. I wonder if I've never even looked. Nope, just bridge section. Now pavement, I've played around with, but there's no notes. Like, it doesn't say speed increase. It looks like they walk faster on it. Of course, I mean, let me click that again. It's oh wait, let me mouse over that again. It's 12 per, so that's 12 per block, and you get 4, basically 4x4. When dirt roads are 1. So if you do, oh, well, you'd have to, you know, do it 4 times, but 4x4, of course, isn't as much. Or wait, that's 12, isn't it? Okay, well, I never claimed to be a math wizard. But you're making a huge freaking block, and in the beginning of the game, you don't need to do that. Alright, so they can move faster to the water. Oh, scarecrow. Here's the other thing. I can afford a scarecrow. Scarecrows make crops grow better because they're not, you know, scared of crows or something. Say that deters birds and accelerates growth. I didn't know it did trees too. That's cool. So, like, this is like mid to late game. I know where I want to put it. Right here, I doubt there's going to be a crop on the left anytime soon. If anything, I'll raise this ground with spare labor and put a crop over there. Oh, and I can put it here. Alright, now the reason why I give a labor, the reason why I wanted to do that here, I'll put him right there, is twofold. I can expand this ground, raise this ground, forget those fish. I can raise this ground and put a crop here. And so first reason, he'll affect both of those. If I put a crop here, it's clipping the edge of it, so it's going to help it. As long as it touches, like it would help this house if houses had a problem with bugs or birds, or trees. Like, but the other side of it is this. You'll notice it's on the bottom of this gap. There's no reason right now that I would need them to go, is that east? Yeah, need them to go east from this road. So it's not going to block their path. If I put a field here, it's going to, this path is blocked. For all intents and purposes, blocked. Alright. And it's not on this side, because, well, first of all, there's not going to be a field over here anytime soon. Second of all, I want this road to reach the water. there's a strong possibility that I'll make a fishing dock out here, which will come after I flatten the ground. Because a fishing dock right here, let me show you. The reasoning for that, well, a fishing farm. I don't have the wood for it yet. But the reason, well, the reason doesn't matter. It's a farm. I was thinking of this. The lodge, there we go, which I can afford. Alright, so, is it backwards? It's backwards. Let's say I put a lodge right here, which I'm probably just going straight for farms. Blow for blow, it's almost the same thing. Which I saw a lot of debates online about that. Okay, getting way off topic. But, you see that road comes down and pretty much runs straight into the fish farm. So, there wouldn't have to be an extra road. Or lodge. Yeah. Because it's got a little dock on it. Or little steps. It's got little steps. Anyway. Most likely it's going to be a farm. But that will just be where my bridges come in. I'll just throw on a T-bridge or something. And as long I'll make the ground even. And we can have 2 roads that come right into 2 T-bridges. Maybe not perfectly. One thing I ran into is that you don't want to pre-build roads for bridges, because sometimes those bridge pieces are specific, and you don't have numbers that show you where you are on the map. You just know you can set it up 17 by 18 or whatever. But you want to build the bridge first and then see where you should put it or where the second road should be. Anyway, alright, so unpause. Let them build that guy. Oh, and that's important too. They have wood there, so for our... We'll need firewood. We don't have a huge amount of that. I'm going to set this up. Oh, seriously? No, that's where I want it. Okay, well, we'll just have to go up one then. It's not perfect. I never said it would be. So, Lumberjack's Lodge. They make firewood. Now, the road I just built, we're going to go ahead and do all 4 of those. The road I just built right there isn't for the lumberjack bird. It's for access from out here. I try to grid it because, you know, I'm gritty. Let them build roads and do stuff. Slow it down to 2. So the lumberjack is there. He's going to take wood in, chop it up into firewood, and then he's going to put it in the barn. That's kind of why that's his positioning. So if I put him in front of the barn, yeah, he's close to drop it off. But he still has to travel back here to get the firewood. Here he can come out and either jump in for the wood or drop off the firewood. That's my logic. And I'm sticking to it. That's my logic. Alright. I'm going to go ahead and close a few things because it's after. There we go. Alright, so they're theoretically building stuff. Let's look if it's... Oh, they're kind of... Yeah, they're making that wonky. I don't like it. There's a bear out in the woods. Not a huge fan of that. but possible redesign is underway there. Not a fan of that at all. Alright. Let's do this and see what happens then. I'm going to zero this out. I don't like having workers unless I need them to work. Oh yeah. We're going to no, we're going to leave that open for now. So let's see. Let's say this is the height I want to take everything. See that dips down, doesn't it? That's too big, but should have made it a smaller experiment. That'd be okay. Oh yeah, I can speed that up. That's why I save. Of course, I can just cancel that project too, I guess. Well, honestly, I mean, I could live with that being permanent. You know, a little bit of flooding every once in a while. Though, maybe the water's not low, but oh, it's humidity. Still, it gets a little water in there. I don't know, maybe in the next few years, game years, I destroy it, flatten it, and then build the farm back. It's not a huge loss. Alright, so what speed are we at? We're going to go back down to 2. So we've got some stuff going on. We're going to put one guy in there, and you can upgrade this to a building. Same number of workers, but it makes it faster, and right now it's at 1.3 minutes. I think it reduces it to 1 even. Takes off an entire 20 seconds. People are standing around, don't like it. What was I going to do? Yeah, resources. So this is the part of the game to where I'm kind of planning for potatoes. I got it up before, you know, too late in the game, I suppose. I'm going to leave that, fix it later. We're going to go to the resources, and I'm going to collect everything, because I don't specifically need one thing, but I do know I will need everything. And if it's clear, we have less animals. Not that that's bad. I've heard, and I don't know if it's true, that animals can give you rabies. I know in real life that's friggin' true, but you know, a non-rabid animal is not going to give you rabies. So how do you tell what animal has rabies? The one that's not just wandering around like that bear? And in that case, it wouldn't matter about foliage. The freaking bear would just run in there and bite you. But if that's true, good game. Good game mechanic. GG. Alright, so they're gathering, we're growing. It's straight up 10 speed. It's not even a thing yet. I know that I have enough food to die in year 2 if I don't make anything. So I'm not worried about making a farm at the very second. Because I do want a second farm. Let them go and do their thing. We have housing for 14, that's it. What are these? Because this... Oh, did I click the wrong one? Small house. 5. Okay, this is the one I was thinking of. Yeah, I read the wrong one. I'm not building the big house yet. That doesn't double. Before I start upgrading houses, I'm going to let the population kind of level out. Then we can keep an eye, too, on the farmers. They're just picking up stone and trees and whatever. Let them do the do. Shootin' dootin' doo. Alright. While they're doing the do. Slow them down a little bit. One thing I do like is that it looks like farmers will help. They're farming, they have a job, but it's also like, I'm not busy at the minute. I'll help you fill in that landmass. I like the level. That's going to be my level. And we heard a beep. Apparently they've completed gathering the resources. Slow it down so I can read a text. Well, I'll pause it actually. Okay. Alright, now I'm back from outer space. And are we going to do a second farm? Food is something very important to me. And it is summer. If we're lucky, we'll get a crop out of it. Oh, I don't know if I can do that one. What did I do? 16 by 13? Oh, it's wonky. It's not going to let me do it. Ugh, because of the land. Alright, we'll go over one more space then. And we'll do 13, 16. Yes, it'll fill that in. Let's do it. Add 2 people to build a farm. Which, it'll still affect the farm, so I'm not worried. And there's even a roadway. I mean, shoot, I could even... And if it won't be to this time, I don't think. I could probably... Nope, can't put a well there. Yep, it has to be redesigned. But that's okay. To do the thing the way I want to do the thing, I expect redesign. And I have no clue what the food reserves low, because that pops up in every game I've ever played of this. Now, admittedly, I'm not an expert. I don't play a lot of it. But it pops up. I've heard, oh, it's because you don't have diverse food. I've had it pop up. I've had, like up here in this row, I've had food in every column. Every column. Some of them locked because you can double click it to lock it. And it'll say food reserves are low. I've had it happen when the numbers were small, on like say half, but I'll have 30,000 vegetables. It's like the food reserves aren't low for everybody. Somebody might, because I will occasionally have someone starve. I found a glitch where you make metal, smelted iron or whatever. People will get stuck in there and starve to death, but I'm pretty sure that was just a glitch. So maybe someone in the northwest corner of the village doesn't have access, or excuse me, to food in the southeast corner of the village. That's kind of not really. It's not the purpose. The purpose is I'm bored and doing stuff. But kind of the idea that I want to go with is that um, it's designed around that thought. So I'm going to try to have individual farms in each area. That means more people, but that'll be okay. But if I have, the major food groups in each corner of the map, or you don't want it centralized. That I shot that idea down. Centralized means you need more donkeys or mules or whatever you call them. So basically, I'm going to make several villages. The problem is like people migrating. Oh, but if you've ever played this game, you already know that problem. All right. They're working on that, so I'm going to do... Oh yeah, if you have people not employed too, they'll keep the house full of food and heating fuel. Otherwise, like this farmer just went and grabbed it and went in there. They basically took food or fuel in there for the stove. But if someone lives there but they don't have a job assigned, they'll take care of that for you. Or for the house, I guess, not for you specifically. Alright, bump it up to 10. And then, oh, gotta stop it so I can tell them to grow potatoes so they can apparently not cook potatoes. I have to grow them, not grow them, I have to build them a bakery for them to cook potatoes. It's awesome. Although, now here's the thing. Potatoes just fall under on the food scale because you see now we're getting vegetables. Which will slow down because vegetables are 7,000 calories. So they'll eat less fruit unless they have a desire, to be happy. And they'll eat less, no, they'll eat more bread. Never mind. So, yeah, fish. So, yeah. Whatever. They're going to eat everything. It doesn't matter. Farmer. 2 more farmers. And now we have 1 free laborer. Alright, let it jump back to 10, and we're just going to watch it run for a moment. We've been broadcasting for over an hour, so I'm probably going to stop it soon, don't worry. If you're watching, which I haven't checked, and you want me not to stop, you need to post real quick. Because I'm right there to where I'm ready to play this and listen to something, a TV show. What's that song? I'm horrible with actors and vocalists' names. Running up that hill. From Stranger Things. This stream, I did not compromise my desktop, so the video will live on forever. I'm sure you're happy to hear that. I will be playing, but as you've seen, this is the beginning. And I will always start streaming the same way, which I'll launch the game from save, and you'll see I don't have mods loaded. Because that, to me, I don't know. It makes it boring. It's like, oh, I can do this and not die. That's awesome. Although I don't record often. However, I can repeat an instance. If it is cool, awesome, or weird, if it's a glitch, we're fucked because I'm not going to record. But if it's cool, awesome, or weird, I will revert to the last, checkpoint. Well, I'll open a stream and then quit the game, revert, and load the save, the most recent save, and just follow mostly the same path. Depends on how much of it I work or remember. And then you'll be able to see the cool glitchy, not glitch, but the cool weird thing again. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work, then you don't get to see it, but I'll talk about it endlessly. So you get to hear me talk about the cool thingy. Unless the glitch does happen again. Alright. Well, they're harvesting. It's early fall, so we'll probably get at least part of that second field's harvest. Maybe not. I know they won't get to harvest the first field again. Because I don't have any keep modifications. Oh yeah, that is something else too before I close the stream. One thing I have always thought about is that, alright, so we want to gather resources. We want to do stone. So like, if I put one, you'll see the number stone. If I put one here, I don't have enough wood anyway, but if I put one here, I can get 5,100 stone. Well, the thing is, like, when I'm just building normally, I have no clue where that is, where those little veins of stone are. 5,100. And if you change it sideways, sometimes you can get it higher than that. It doesn't look like it here. But, and that's the same thing for any resource that changes. Stone, ore, clay. So like, that's another thing I want to do is pick that up. Oh, it's fall. It's going to start dropping. I'm going to go ahead and start harvesting. We can pull that in before it gets too cold. Just to be safe. Anyway. So you may come back, like maybe in my next video. No, yes, I don't know. I need people, but you may see a large amount of stone or maybe wood. Well, stone. No, it'd be stone probably. I'm not going to do clay. Stone and ore would be good. But I might want to do that before actually, going out into the world. Alright, well, I'm going to leave it there, guys. Thanks for watching. I realize no one really cares, but someone might come along and watch this, and I will be making more of these videos in the future along with other games. I am waiting. I've loaded Raft. I'm waiting on a friend of mine. He's actually going to build his PC. And we'll be streaming that. Him on Twitch, me on YouTube. At least that's the idea. But stick around, fuck around and find out. If you've been with me this long, don't forget to subscribe and like. Good afternoon, good evening.